Hello, so today I'm sitting down with Jillian Belanger, and we're going to discuss what she thinks about digital learning and the future of it, and just get to know her a little bit. So this is Jillian Belanger. Would you like to say anything about yourself before we begin?
Hi.
Little bio.
I teach ELL and English at Paul Coffey Charter School. It's my 10th year teaching in Providence, and I'm working on my PhD in writing and rhetoric, and I'm a kickboxing instructor. That's my full bio.
Nice. Okay. So, Jillian, my first question that I'd like to ask you is, what do you know about digital learning?
I know that it is here and that it isn't being taught in schools, and that it is a very nebulous idea to pin down. Um, Digital learning can be everything from computer use in the technical sense to internet use to understanding and creating media using digital tools. And digital learning should really, I think, have a more prevalent place in K through 12 education, because it's really silly of all of us to pretend like it's not 2015,
Exactly.
and not give digital literacy a prominent place in our curriculum.
So, with your opinion on digital learning, going off that, do you think that it is something that should be utilized in every classroom in America, or do you think it's something that we have to work towards?
I am of two minds, because I don't want to see everybody rush towards cyborg life,
Mm-hmm.
where everything is conducted via technology, because I also think that that's kind of inhuman and unnatural.
Yeah.
And I don't want us to lose like really important face-to-face time and learning that happens between individuals who are present in a shared space.
Yeah.
I don't think that digital learning can replace that, but I do think that it should be a component of curriculum.
Awesome. So going off that, how do you use digital learning in your classroom?
Um, this is the first year that I've had a class website, and in my 11th grade English class, I do a post every day. That's what I wanted the internet for, so that I could show it to you. So every day of class, we have a post. I just title them the day, so Tuesday, 1/13/15, or
That's awesome.
um,
And this goes out to all the students, or like they have it on a website, you said?
yep, so they bookmark it on their phones at the beginning of the year.
Awesome.
And if they're absent, they can always check the website and see what we did that day. I provide links to any of the readings that we're doing on there. All of the students have their own websites. I pulled one up. This is one of my students' websites. So we use WordPress, and I'm having them do all of their major assignments on their website. We've
Wow, that's
also
great.
played with different digital tools. They've made Animoto videos, Flipgrid videos, Canva images.
Nice.
We've played with text-to-speech avatars. So whenever possible, I try to make it an avenue for learning,
Yeah.
but not necessarily always the learning.
Yeah, I definitely understood that. So, do you think that like using it the way you do, because I think this is great using WordPress. We use that in the Com 410 online course with Professor Hobbs, and
That's where I learned it.
yeah, see, so we use the WordPress, we use the Flipgrid, we use it all. So, my personal opinion is that I think it's like you're saying is a great tool to use in the classroom. I think it's very efficient to use. Do you think that it can make learning more efficient if it's utilized correctly?
I think definitely. I'm finding that my students are more like self-motivated and organized, because they can access all of the materials themselves. So it's really reduced like the number of instances where students are coming to me and saying like, "What did we do last Thursday? I wasn't here," or "Can I get another copy of such and such?"
Mhm.
They're learning how to use the website and do those things for themselves. And they also have just been really jazzed about making their own websites.
Yeah.
So when we do assignments, I know that if we're just doing it on pen and paper, there's not necessarily going to be the same enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's
as
the
when
old
they're
style of
typing it.
learning. Exactly.
Which, again, I don't think we should like do away with.
Yeah.
But I can see their excitement levels up 7 notches when they're producing on the computer. It feels more real to them, because you have to hit a publish button.
Yeah.
I think they take it more seriously and they're more careful about their work because they don't want to publish something on a website that they don't feel proud of. So in all of those ways, I think it's been really good for our class.
Awesome. So one more question that I have is that do you think that utilizing digital learning like the way you're saying right now, do you think that it's age sensitive or do you think it should start to begin? What I mean by that is like should we start this at a young age so then by the time they get to like an 11th grade English class or an 11th grade science class, for example, that they are more familiar with WordPress and with Flipgrid? Do you think that what age do you think digital learning would be most efficient in a classroom setting?
I guess I'm of two minds again. So
Yeah.
one of them is it should be integrated K-12.
Mm-hmm.
Common Sense Media has a really thorough, comprehensive overview of lessons that build on one another so that it's not like you happen to have a teacher this year who knows how to use Animoto, so you're doing it. But it's more like you learned all the skills that are going to help you be successful at making a video by this point, and that's when you make the video.
That's awesome.
Reese Donick in Brooklyn is also doing something similar at the school that he's at, creating a K-12 curriculum, which is awesome. I forgot what my other mind was.
So you basically think that if it started at a young age and like basically taking steps to get to that point where once they are in high school they have learned all this the previous year, so then it can be utilized differently, like you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it, and I'm glad we were able to meet today. And I'd like to thank you again for the interview. And
thanks.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, we could get a handshake like on record if you want, so it's like official.
She's great, and she's a stand-up comedian.
No, no, I study stand-up comedian.
Oh, she studies stand-up comedian. All right. Well, again, thank you to Jillian for the interview, and hope that this was something that we can all learn from.
Thanks, Andrew.